Wow. Well, I have to say, I have been listening to Clarisse's music to calm my spirits and put me at ease for today's event. And I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to be here too, and thank you everyone for coming.
Well, I will dive right into questions. I'm just really, really happy to have you here as a guest. And I'd love to talk a little bit first about how music was part of your life growing up. Can you tell me a little bit about what role music played in your childhood and your upbringing in Rwanda and how you decided you wanted to be a singer?
Thank you. There's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child, so I experienced that growing up. I grew up in a very big family, in a village, in a community, and music was a very big part of us. My mother is a great musician, she's a great singer, and she's so good at playing guitar. And my uncles are so good at playing piano, guitar, and drums, and my aunties are so good at singing. So, and my father is a pastor in a church. So I grew up singing in a church, leading the children's choir, and also there's a thing in Rwanda that most of the children, when you grow up, there are some traditional troops in the village or in the community where you go to learn how to dance, how to sing. So I grew up in that traditional troop too, and I remember I wanted to dance because the dancers are the ones who were in front of cameras, those kind of things, but they denied and they would say, "Oh no, you go to sing. You are so good at singing." And I was like, "Oh, I want to dance. I want people to see me." And I continued singing as a teenager. I grew up writing some poems and songs, and I had that big dream of becoming a recording artist. And yeah, like life is a long story, but in 2018, that's when I took a decision to let everything I was doing and I started recording, and yeah, and I launched my career. Yeah.
Well, and you were actually working as a journalist at that time when you decided, I'm going to go for it. Can you tell me a little bit about how that happened for you?
Yeah, from 2016 to 2018, I was a journalist. I was a reporter and TV news anchor of one of the biggest media houses in Kigali. It's called Flash FM and Flash TV. Yeah, I loved being a journalist. But beside that, I was singing everywhere, in the newsroom singing, in the control room singing, in the studio singing, and sometimes in commercial breaks. And the people in the control room were like, "Oh, Clarisse, that's too much. Like, you're going to go on air singing." And um, one day I said, I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to record some songs and then start doing music. And then I remember I resigned, and everyone was asking, like, "Oh, so are you going to go to the national television?" Because they thought I'm going to go to the national television. I said, "No, I'm going to sing and dance." They were like, "Sing and dance? No, like that can't happen." And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to sing and dance." They thought I was joking. But before that, I was seated in a church singing a song. And I remember there was an old man who came. I didn't recognize him. And he said, like, I was singing. And then he said, "Oh, you sing so well." And he said, "I don't know you. I don't know what you do, but I can feel that music is your blessing. Like, there's so much blessings in singing." And then when I started singing, I recorded my first song, which is Giraneza. I'm going to sing it for you later. Uh, Giraneza means be kind, and I uploaded it on YouTube. I had no any follower on YouTube. And then I remember uploading it, and I said, "Oh God, so I'm uploading this song. You come and do the promotion. Like, I don't have anything else." And then I went home. The second day when I checked, like, a lot of people were viewing it. Like in 3 weeks, like it was over hundreds of thousands of people viewing it. And like it was a surprise. And Later, I released the second one. It became a hit also. And I didn't recognize that I'm becoming a star. I remember one day I went to the market with my driver, normally just shopping, and then when I was in the market, I heard people saying, "Oh, that's her, that's her, that's her," and I was like, "Oh, who? Ah, oh, who is that? I want to see that person you're talking about." And they were like, "Ah, you are the one who sang Giraneza. Can you sing for us?" They started taking selfies, and I was overwhelmed, surprised, and confused and happy. And then my driver came and said, "See, you are a star. You should, like, to my salary, you should add more so that I can come to shop for you next time." So when I released the third song, which is called Ntizagushuke, it became like a flag of my music. I started receiving calls from people from around the world, people from Burundi, people from Rwanda, most especially Rwandans who live in different places in the world. I received calls from the government, people like everywhere, and that's when I started to go to perform in the festivals. That's when I got a management team. Like it really opened my like it changed my life, as you asked. It changed my life, and yeah, from that time till now, I'm still going.
Well, I can tell you that if I quit my job in my newsroom to say I'm going to go sing and dance, it would not have gone like that.
Yeah, I know. Like there are some friends of mine who were working together, and they were like, "You were joking." I remember when I released that first song. Like I called some of them. "Oh, can you play my song on your radios?" And they were like, "No, we can't play it. You are joking." Like they thought that I'm not going to do it. Like I'm not going to continue it. So, but on the second song, they were like, "Oh, you're so serious." Yeah.
You mentioned that your first song, that the name means be kind in Kinyarwanda. What kind of themes do you like to explore in your music, and why are those ideas important to you?
Yeah, I love to sing about love, unity, humanity at large. Because I grew up I was born in 1997, and it's just 3 years after genocide against Tutsi, which happened in our country in 1994. And I grew up in a society which is where people have so much scars. There are survivors, there are orphans. Like I grew up feeling that there's a need of a contribution to unity, to peace, and to reconciliation. And I remember when I was in high school, in music clubs, they would ask us to compose a song or a poem about anything. And the first thing that would come on my heart is about peace, about unity. So I feel so happy, and I feel so honored and excited to see my music contributing to the people, to my society. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. When I first met Clarisse, I don't speak Kinyarwanda, but I remember listening to your music and feeling that sense of peace, really sensing that in the music, even though I didn't know what the lyrics meant. And I think that is really beautiful.
Thank you.
And when you are listening to music, what kind of music do you like to listen to? Who are some of your favorite artists?
I'm now like it's not playing in my ears as I said, but I love listening to African music, South African music, Rwandan music, and Congo music, especially South African music. I love to listen to Yvonne Chaka Chaka, Miriam Makeba, Cecile Kayirebwa. I don't know if you know those names, but they are big names. They are queens of African music. So I love to listen to that music. They really uplift my soul. Mm-hmm.
I was talking with a fan of Clarisse's when I was writing a story about her, and we had just been talking about the music that you like to listen to, and you mentioned those names, and he ticked them off too, and said, you know, she comes from this tradition of strong, like queens of music, and that was really striking to me.
Hmm.
And as you have come to the United States, you and your husband moved here in 2021 after you got married. What has it been like to connect with fans here, and how have you stayed in touch with fans in Rwanda and around the world as you have made your home here in this state?
Yeah, we are still connecting to our people who are in different places through the internet. Now things are easier, and through social media, and we still record audios and videos of our music and then upload them on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere on the music streaming services. And I can say that we are connected on that way. Yeah.
And are you finding many fans here in Maine? Are you connecting with people who do your music?
Oh yeah, we connected to some Rwandans, and can I see any Rwandan here in the audience? Oh, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, we've been connecting with different people, new people, and I'm so grateful.
And so, what is it like to record music and perform shows here in Maine? How are you still making music?
Oh, we work. I record music in the studios here in Portland. There's a studio there. Is it Portland Studio? It's a very big studio there. We love to go there and record music, but I still work with my producers in Rwanda in my band. So it's now easy with technology. So that's how I'm recording them, and I'm performing in different festivals and events. I even have some festivals I'm going to be performing in this summer. So everything is going well.
And thinking about performing, a member of the audience, Antonia, submitted a question in advance of this event. Do you get stage fright, and how do you deal with it if you do?
Oh, sometimes it comes, but not too much. But I remember one day that it was very, very much like I was so nervous. Like I was the main singer to a very big event. It was in the stadium. The president was there. Like there was a lot of people.
The president of Rwanda was there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like the whole government, like a lot of people, and I was the main singer, and I was like, oh my god, so how's it going to be? But like other events, like it's not too much like that. That was yeah.
That sounds big.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And what are your goals for your future career as perform and make music and settle here in Maine?
Yeah, me and my husband, who is also my manager, we have a goal of continuing to produce a remarkable music and a kind of music with deep roots in tradition, in Rwandan and African tradition. We want to preserve this thing. We want to, like, maybe in 50 years ahead, to sit and look back and see that we contributed really in preserving this culture and letting our generation and the next generations to come to see or to hear what Rwandan or African music sounds. Yeah.
When you and I first met, we talked a little bit about how many of your songs are in Kinyarwanda, and that was important to you when you moved to the United States to continue making music in that language. And I wonder if you can share a little bit about that now, why that is important to you, and yeah.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I'm Munyarwanda, Ndu Munyarwanda. That's my culture, that's my language, and that's what I've been singing in. And coming here to the U.S., I didn't want to change so much. Like in performance, sometimes I sing some English songs. I have some of them that I even wrote, but I want to preserve this Kinyarwanda, that language. I want my children or other diaspora youth to grow up seeing that, seeing like about their culture, to preserve it even away from Rwanda. Yeah.
And speaking of children, you have a beautiful son who will turn 2 this year, and I wonder, how did becoming a mom change your music or impact the way you think about your music?
Being a mom is a blessing, a very, very much blessing to me. And yeah, like on a negative side, it's not really easy to do music with a toddler. Let me say with a toddler. Like I remember, there are people from Rwanda and Burundi who used to invite us to go to perform in other states, and we took him, and he was 3 months
Oh gosh.
to sing in Chicago. That time it was hard, but not too hard. Another time we took him to another state, and he was like one,
Ugh.
and it was hard. Like it was hard. But the last time that we decided not to go anywhere with him, like to perform in the other states, is just recently. We went to Illinois again, and it was a disaster. Like we were in an airplane. He was trying to pull people's hair and like a lot of things we couldn't manage. So, like it can be hard, but on another side, it's really inspiring. Like it gives me so much courage and encouragement, that it gives me encouragement to continue to do what I'm doing. Because when I'm doing music, I think about him. I say, so what legacy am I going to leave to this child? Is he going to be proud when he grows up and see what his mama and papa have been doing, or he'll be like ashamed and like not proud of us? So he's really inspiring. He's my joy. He is my village. He is my community. Oh my God, how can I say this? He's so inspiring.
My favorite song of yours is named after Kwanda. It's a very beautiful song.
Yeah, we made that song to celebrate his first year anniversary. And some parents in Rwanda, they called me and they say, "Oh, my child loves this song," and he can when we play it on the TV, like he goes on the TV and you feel like he's like, "Oh, this is me." I think this is me. Yeah, he likes the song. Yeah.
And so, what are you working on right now?
Yeah, we are working on my fourth album. We don't want to talk too much about it, but
Okay.
generally, it's a Rwandan traditional music. We want to have it like we want to make it too traditional, like you know what I mean. We want to we want, like I was saying, we want to show like Kwanda and other like other youth, diaspora youth, what Rwandan traditional music sound like, and yeah, how it is. Mm-hmm.
And for those who are not familiar with Rwandan traditional music, can you tell me a little bit about what makes that kind of music? What are the sounds that are important to making those songs?
Yeah, like Rwandan traditional music, like it's different from American music. Let me say that. We use some instruments like inanga, imyirongi, and there is a way we use our voice like to sing it. For example, if I can say, "By the rivers of Babylon," like, and when I say "Ngahwe wararai, ngahwe wararai na no," you hear how they're different. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do either of those things, but I can at least hear the difference.
Yeah.
Well, I am so excited that you'll be singing for us, and I wonder if you want to share anything about those songs before you perform or as you perform.
Yeah, I'm going to sing to you two of my songs. One is called Giraneza. The first I released, the one I was talking about, I released first in my music career, and the second one is called Feel My Pain. It's a song that I wrote for people, like just to understand each other in that way. The first one is in Kinyarwanda, the second one is in English.
Great.
Yeah, and I'll be singing with the amazing Mesa. She has been a friend of ours. She's a great musician. Like she's so kind. She's everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll maybe before we take a break to hear some music, I'll ask one more question that we received from an audience member, Wendy. She asked, "Can you share a memorable experience or story behind one of your songs that reflects the spirit or challenges of Rwanda?"
Yeah. One of the songs I can say is called Twafagiki. Twafagiki means like what was wrong with us. It's a song about unity, and as I said, I wrote it through that experience of growing up and seeing that there is that need of contribution in unity and reconciliation of people in this time. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, I think we might take a break for a couple songs, if that sounds good.
Mm.
All right.
This first song, as I said, is called Giraneza, and it's in our traditional rhythm, which we say that is kagoma. And when we sing it, we clap like this. Chan chan. Can you clap with me? Just like this. yaririmbye indirimbo ndayikunda gukora neza aragahundwa impundu wamuganise bitunaniza iki ko ariyo yaya uradupfuza uzagire neza unyegere iby'isi n'ibanga ritaziguye uzagire neza unyegere ineza izagusanga imbere yavuze ijambo rimama ku mutima ukiriho urahora ukiranuka ntugakurikize imigambi y'ababi ntukabicara bene abakundi uzagire iby'isi n'ibanga. Anyone else here? Uzagire sinibagirwe urukundo yantoje kwicisha bugufi amufashe imoso iyabatwara makanukura maze umuntu ukabona imbere yewe uzagire neza wigendere iby'isi n'ibanga ritaziguye uzagire neza wigendere ineza izagusangire jogira neza wigendere jogira neza wigendere jogira neza wigendere jogira neza wigendere. The lady who is standing there, can you stand up a little bit? She's called Josiane Mutangana. She's the one who designed the Mukenya right now. She's a great designer. Go to her. Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to sing my second song. You hear my voice. Please feel my pain. Never leave me behind. I'm here beside you. My life to overcome. Thinking about waiting for the rain, like a burning fire. I'm in the pain. My mind is dreaming of every day. When I will conquer, oh mama, when this is the saying from Africa. After a life, there is a better life. After a cloud, there is a better one. If I believe, I know I can. And I will read my destination, my destiny. I'm on my way to my destiny. Yeah. You feel my pain. You're this way. You're my way. Together we can triumph. Feel my pain. You're this way. You're my way. Together we can triumph. You feel my pain. You're this way. You're my way. Together we can triumph. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was so beautiful. Let's have another round of applause. Thank you so much. Wow. I would love to, in just a couple minutes, open us up for some questions from the audience. I have a couple submitted questions that I'm going to share, but think of what you want to ask Clarisse. And we will start by taking this question from Doug, who asked about what has been the most difficult challenge you've faced in leaving Rwanda and coming to a new country?
I can say that the challenge that I've been facing here is working without a team. Like in Rwanda, I had a team of producers, audio and video. I had makeup artists, designers, like drivers, sometimes bodyguards when when we were shooting like videos in the crowd. Like I had a lot of people on the team, and here like that's my team. That and my toddler, that is my team. So like it's been challenging doing everything by yourself when you had a lot of people helping you. It's been a challenge, but we are trying to overcome it. We meet new people. We meet people in the music industry. We are grateful. We met people like Mayo Street Art and others. So like we are overcoming it. Yeah.
Wonderful. And Mara also asked, for those who are here tonight who are not from Rwanda, who have never been there, what is the best of Rwanda that you would want us to know?
Oh my God. The first one is like living in a community, like living where you have people around you who care about you, like having neighbors like who like oh my, how can I say this? Like neighbors who know you, who care so much about you, like that kind of community, like that kind of closeness. So that's the first thing I can say. That's good there, and there's also a very good weather. Like from January to December, a very perfect weather, and yeah, like beautiful people and yeah, and beautiful children. I miss them. Beautiful and obedient children. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I would love to open us up for some questions from the audience, and I think that Ashley has a microphone right over there. And we've got one right here in the front. Oh, she's going to grab you a microphone. Okay. Thank you.
What made you decide to come to America, and more specifically, what made you decide to come to Portland, Maine?
Yeah, my husband used to live in Colorado doing some studies and life. So I married him in 2021. So I had to come with him. And there is a friend of him who told him that Maine is so welcoming. There is a big community of people, African people. So we came here, yeah, that way.
And the community that you have found here, can you share a little bit about that? Or are you finding that that is true?
Yeah, we met very beautiful people from Rwanda, from Burundi. Like sometimes when we meet, like it's that kind of village where, like, it brings back that kind of a feeling. Yeah.
Wonderful. Other questions? You can just raise your hand and Ashley will bring you a microphone. We've got one over here. Right there. Sorry, I also can't see very well, so I'm doing my best.
Hi. I guess this is taking us in a different route from the happy, beautiful music that we just heard and all the wonderful things you've talked about your country. But I can't help to think about the anniversary of the genocide and all that took place. And I have a friend here who's from Congo, and I never had the discussion after being an activist most of my life, trying to understand how the country came together. And he kind of pieced that all to me. But I know that it's a difficult question and a difficult thing to think about. But can you give us, from your upbringing, obviously you weren't born right then, but obviously family members were, and your parents. And I'm just curious as to, how that might have affected you growing up, or your friends and family.
Yeah, thank you. As you said, it's a difficult question. Like I grew up 3 years after genocide against Tutsi happened. As I said, there were so many scars on people's hearts, and what I can say is now that growing up, and even now, people are trying to reconcile and to build that peace. There are a lot of organizations and people and the government trying to unite people. Yeah, I think that's what I saw. That's what I know.
Yeah. When we first met, I was really struck by how that desire to bring peace and unity is such a part of your music. And you spoke a little bit to this earlier, but I think that, to me, said a lot about a young person growing up after this terrible thing that happened, really striving to bring that peace and unity to your country. So, and I think that really comes through in your music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have other questions? We've got a couple right over here.
Thank you both very, very much. I'm curious if you've had any opportunities to go into the Portland schools and perform for young people, high school through high school.
Thank you so much for that question. I performed at Wayne Fleet like 2 times. I performed at is it Marine Auditorium?
Merrill Auditorium.
Yeah, and I performed in different places. Like the first performance I did was actually here in Longfellow. So I've never performed in a lot of schools, just Wayne Fleet, and maybe I can do it. You don't never know. Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone is here from Portland schools, now's your chance. You go see Sylvain. Did you have a question?
I just want to know how can we listen to you or see you this summer? What are you doing this summer? You said you're doing some festivals or...
Yeah, I'm performing at June 7th here, Portland, in is it Congress Square Park? Yeah, there's a festival of Welcome Immigrants organization, so I'll be the one singing there. And there is another one, but I think it's private, it's corporate. I don't know if I can say that. Yeah, and there's another festival, but we're still talking, negotiating with them, so I can't say a lot about it. But on June 6th, no, on June 7th, I'll be there in Portland.
And I think
June
that's
7th.
hosted by the Immigrant Welcome Center.
Yeah.
And so they have some information about that on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
And you can also follow Clarisse on social media, on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, to hear about upcoming performances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a question too?
Yes, I'm going to roast you.
Ask me that later.
You're in trouble.
Okay.
So, when I saw you, I was still at the university, and I was really captivated by your message and the humility. And when I told then things happened, and we fell in love. But people told me, you can't trust musician. Please don't make big decisions yet. But somehow I felt that you are special and really unique. And I proposed to you, and my name, people started recognizing me because of you. And I really got depressed. So I got depressed. So,
Oh my God.
and now, after marrying you, you are such a humble wife and a perfect mother. You support me, and at the same time, you balance your celebrityism, if that's the word. How do you really do that? I am burning out, and I'm not even famous. How do you do that?
And see,
Don't mind him. He wants me to cry here. Yeah, I manage it through Christ, who gives me strength. And because of you, and because of Kwanda, and because of people like you, and people like you, who encourage me every single time, every single day.
yes, question over here. We'll have Ashley grab you a microphone. I gotta say, these two, they are the real deal. This is a dream. This is a dream team right here.
Clarisse, could you talk a little bit more about the ways that your family or others inspired you to really trust in yourself and have faith in the decisions that you have been making for your life?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm lucky to have that family who raised us with so much love and guidance and support. Like there was a time I remember when I didn't tell you about how I became a journalist. By the way, I became a journalist without a degree in journalism. I became a journalist at 17, and it was a miracle. Like when I finished high school, like I loved media, and I thought if I don't become a musician, I'll become a journalist. There is a lady who is called Florentine Kwizera. Rwandans, you know her from BBC Gahuza Miryango. I like to listen to her reporting news, and then when I finished high school, there is a community radio who they came to our school, and they had a program to look for eloquent students to train them. So they told me, "Oh, like you're so good, you're so talented. We want to have you when you finish your high school." So I went to Mama and Papa and I said, I have this opportunity. Can I go? It was in the northern province of Rwanda, very far away from Kigali, and it was my first time to live alone. It was a very hard decision for a family to take. They had to call the aunties and uncles, and they have to sit together and decide if they are going to support me or not. But my father said, "I know my girl. Like she will reach very far. Let's just support her." So that really showed me how like how they are supportive, and they continue to pray for me and to support me. Yeah, not only in the media but also in the music. Yeah, and even now my mama, everywhere she goes, she makes sure to say, "That's my girl." I'm the mama. Yeah.
Um, and when you released your first song and began your career as a musician, what did they say? How did they react?
Oh, actually, they were very happy because, like, my mama told me that becoming a musician, like, in our country, I don't know if maybe even here, like, the parents were so scared, like, oh, so she's going to be doing crazy things because they know that music people, like, oh my God, they are naked doing every crazy thing. And then I told them, oh, I released my first song. And I'm sure I was not with them, but I'm sure they were like, oh my God, let's go and watch. Is she naked? Is she like. And then when they saw the video, oh, they saw that I'm wearing that long dress. Like, and then my mama said, oh, I'm so, so happy. Like, I didn't know that you can be a musician and still look modest and still just don't change too much. Yeah.
Well, I am sure they have a lot to be proud of.
Yeah.
One more question?
So two quick questions. You mentioned a couple African artists earlier in the talk, and so I'm just curious. So two-part question. So who is your favorite American singer or musician that inspired you, or is just your favorite? And then on who's somebody in Africa today besides you who we should be listening to?
You mean the last question? What did you say?
So just an African artist that we should be listening to
Okay.
and learn more about. Maybe your
that's so
favorite. I don't
tricky.
know if you have a favorite right now in terms of African performers, but
Okay, thank you. Like here in America, I don't even know if it's American or UK. Like, but I like Westlife. You know Westlife, that group of music. You don't know that?
I think they're. We're going to find out if I know. I think they
yeah.
are Irish. I think they're from the UK.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a pop group.
Oh, like how do I love people when I don't even know where they?
As long as if the music is good, who cares?
I thought they were Americans, but yeah, I like them. An American singer I like is she's called Cece Winans. She's a gospel singer. I like a couple of her songs, and an African artist I can tell you to listen to. Actually, there are many. I don't know. Like this is an exam. I think I think you can listen to the one called Cecile Kayirebwa. Cecile Kayirebwa. And who do I choose? Can I say three?
I think so.
Oh, Cecile Kayirebwa, Yvonne Chaka Chaka, Miriam Makeba, and oh, okay. There are a lot. Just take those. Yeah.
All right, do we have any more questions?
Good evening.
Oh,
Good evening.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's good that we have someone who's representing our Rwandan culture. I'm Rwandan too, and I would like to ask you, as a mother, now you have to make sure that your son will be not mixing cultures, American, you see, shock of culture. How can you assist and be also promoting Rwandan culture in the youth, Rwandan youth, which are growing here in America, and then to keep loving Rwandan music, even they are living in America, maybe the environment can influence them to be more loving American song, but what in the future, what is your plan to help parents who are here and they are raising their children to make sure that they will keep loving, attracted by Rwandan culture and music also? Because in the future, will be grandma and then you have to find someone to replace you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, it seems like you are on our team because, like, we are working on the project, like, which can answer your question. But first of all, as you said, I'm a mother to an American child, but who has African roots. Um, there is a problem. I've been listening from different diaspora mothers, like mothers from Rwanda. They were saying like, oh my God, it's so hard for our children to talk. You know, like some of them, like they say their first words when they're 3 or what. And then one day we were sitting together and one said, maybe it's because uh, um one time we were talking in Kinyarwanda, another time it's English, another time it's Lingala, like they're confused somehow. But I don't know about that. What I know is that me and my husband and our team, we are working on a project. We're not going to talk too much about it, but we are working on a project of we are creating content for African children and African diaspora children, where they can learn a thing or two about their culture through like TV contents, animated contents, books, like multicultural and languages kind of content. We hope that it will be a very big thing with the blessing of God, and we think that it will contribute to uh, children, our children here and children in Africa. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I will just say again that you can find Clarisse's music anywhere you listen to music, YouTube, Spotify, all of those platforms. You can follow her on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, those platforms as well. And the concert that we mentioned earlier is June 7th at Congress Square Park, and that is hosted by the Immigrant Welcome Center. And I think that will wrap us up. I'll give us a quick plug. There's another Maine Voices Live event on Thursday evening at Mechanics Hall, and you can find out more about that at pressherald.com. And I am just so happy to have been here tonight with Clarisse. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, for sharing your music. Thank you to Mesa for performing with us, and we have been so lucky to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to see everyone of you too. Thank you.